I'm flying Spirit for the first time. Everyone, please pray for me. Heard many interesting stories. Spirit is kind of like the Waffle House of the flight game. American Airlines, it's like your Outback Steakhouse. Like, oh, everybody's kind of been there. It's okay sometimes, you know. You got the Bloomin' Onions. Delta, we might say it's a Texas Roadhouse. And then Spirit, you know, Waffle House. They're always there for you. Can't guarantee that you're not going to get in a fight, but you know, it's cheap and it's there. Think that if a guy prefer boobs over butt, you're a child still. You have a child brain. We're going to do a podcast together. So as you can see, he's got the headphone. It doesn't fit. Let's see if he'll talk in the mic. I learned that if a cat... Oh my God, guys, did you guys see that? And we back in this bitch. Whoop. Almost dropped my phone. What's up, guys? So if you guys don't know, I have a crazy week, man. I'm going to Orlando. This is going to be my like third or fourth time in Orlando. Last time I went, I think I went for Epcot, Disney World. But this time I was originally going to go for leisure. However, it ended up, it's kind of being like a business leisure exploration type beat. Cause I'm going to Universal. So I'm going to have some, you know, leisure there. I'm going by myself. So it's definitely like explorative. I am going to meet up with some people there, some friends. And I also made appointments to do some podcasts. So I'm actually filming 3 podcasts this week, which is pretty exciting. One of them is in Orlando with a fellow friend of the pod who lives there, Filippo. If you guys don't know, Tactical Manager TV, he's going to be doing an in-person podcast with me. I'm pretty stoked about that. I haven't seen him in a minute since we were in Charlotte together. But I'm filming that one. Oh, another upcoming podcast I'm filming. I'm filming one with Griffin, hopefully this week, maybe next week. He was the professional bodybuilder, but also not bodybuilder, professional personal trainer. And also, could you imagine, Griffin? I know you're listening to this too. Could you imagine if you're a professional bodybuilder, you're like juiced to the gills? But no, I'm going to be filming a podcast with him, you know, shooting the shit. And then also I'm filming a podcast with a private personal chef in Charlotte. So I'm excited. And that's going to be on my way to Orlando anyways. So knocking out all these podcasts. And also, by the time that all 3 of those roll out, I most likely will already be in the process. Maybe like 4 podcasts, so like maybe one more on top of that. I'll be in the process of filming my college tour. And if you guys don't know about my college tour, I'm going to 7 different universities filming public podcasts on their campus. Hopefully I don't get kicked out. Let me actually show you guys the list right now. As of right now, the plan is pretty set in stone. The only thing I'm waiting for is dates. I'm trying to make sure I don't go during exam week because that's when everyone's like stressed as fuck. I want to go during like, you know, just good vibe, a time where there's just hella good vibes and also like packed campus. I'm trying to get in contact with people that go to these schools so that I can know the best places to post up. So if you guys know anybody, please reach out on my Instagram who go to these schools, by the way. Reach out to my Instagram, Loon Kdo, LOONKDO, on Instagram. But yeah, I'm going to be going to App State. And then hopefully after App State, we knock that out. We drive back to this area. And on the way back, we hit Wake Forest, which is in Winston-Salem. I'm probably going to spend the night back at my house, normal, because I live like 30 minutes from Wake Forest. And then after that, the next day, we're going to hit Chapel Hill and Duke, which will be very interesting to do back to back. I think that'll be very fun. And then I'm going to drive out to Wilmington, spend the night in Wilmington. Probably going to have to book a hotel there, I'm assuming. And then the next morning, I'm going to hit Wilmington and drive out to either New Bern or straight to ECU. If we go to New Bern, the reason we're stopping there is because I have my godbrother lives there, so we can just stop there. It's close, like an hour or not even an hour to ECU. Then we'll do ECU the next day, and on our drive back, hopefully be able to hit. Hopefully it's not too late, but I'm gonna try to hit NC State. So it's just gonna be a packed weekend. 3 days on the road, well, 4 days technically on the road, but 3 days of which not in this area and actually like physically on the road. And yeah, I'm excited. Once I get these dates out, I'll let you guys know. Hopefully, if you guys are a fan of mine or if you guys know some people who are, you guys can invite them out to be on the podcast. I think it'd be a blast. Going to be asking some fun questions. I think I already have a couple goofy ones lined up here. I'll actually give you guys a little sneak peek. I have, I'm going to actually ask people to act Asian just to see. I just want to catch somebody willing to act Asian again. Because that last time I did it was amazing. I also want to, I want to ask why. No, I'm not even say that, bro. That's the ECU UNCW thing. But I'm gonna ask about like fraternity life, like best fraternity, worst sorority, blah blah blah, shit like that. And then the Duke and Carolina rivalry, definitely gonna, try to spark some shit there. Try to, talk some shit, you know what I'm saying? It would be funny if I wore the opposing gear. Nah, people wouldn't want to hop on the podcast. That'd be mad funny though. Like if I wore Duke at Carolina, I wore Carolina at Duke. That would be so funny. Oh shit, I think that would be. Oh man, I just feel like people wouldn't want to hop on the podcast if I did that though. Yeah, let's see what else is going on. Oh, I unsubscribed to my VR porn. It was like $5 a month, but I don't know. I think VR porn and VR as a whole is a very like occasional thing. Like you really got to plan that out. Like, oh, tonight's a VR night, or like, oh, tonight we're going to be going on VR porn, like shit like that. And it just becomes like, it's cool and it's fun, but it gets boring and tiring. And like after a few times you're like, kind of miss just flipping up the laptop and beating my meat. Let's talk about this KSI thing, bro. If y'all didn't fucking know, Dillon the Dildo Danis, who is an ex-Bellator fighter or I don't know if he's still active technically. He won like 2 fights and then never fought again. Dude had the luxury of being selected as I guess because of the clout that he's gotten from Conor McGregor or any of the other, like just being like a troll, I guess, has gotten the luxury of being matched up with KSI as his opponent. KSI, a fellow YouTuber who I followed since like day one, like fucking FIFA video days. Like, man, so dude, that would have been such a big paycheck. But this motherfucker canceled a week before the event. The event is this coming weekend, and he canceled literally, I think, 3 or 4 days ago. And in the whole MMA world, I don't know if you guys are into MMA. I don't know what my target audience actually watches, but in the MMA world, people knew Dillon as a flaker. He's a flaker quaker. He's pretty much that guy in your friend group that says like he's gonna get on and play video games tonight, but then just never responds for like 2-3 days. And he's like, oh, my bad. Like I was with a girl. In the MMA world, people knew Dillon as a flaker. He's a flaker quaker. He's pretty much that guy in your friend group that says like he's gonna get on and play video games tonight, but then just never responds for like 2-3 days. And he's like, oh, my bad. Like I was with a girl. Saying essentially that the Dillon isn't in shape. He's also he isn't really a boxer and it's a boxing match, but he shouldn't have taken it and signed the contracts. I feel like there should be something on these like contracts of celebrity boxing where they lose a set income. Like you have to put down money and then you lose it. If like a deposit, there should be a deposit in place. And then if you don't show up, you lose that money. Cause like, I feel like all these promoters, and this doesn't just come with this KSI and Dillon thing, but like even the Tommy Fury and Jake Paul fight, like I feel like if you sign contracts at all, there should be money put down on both sides, not just one. And if one party doesn't show up, it's done. But yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy world. And apparently he wasn't fit. He wasn't ready. He didn't even have a coach. How the fuck do you not have a coach? It's been like, I think they announced this shit like 7-8 months ago. Like, go on fucking Craigslist, dude. Boxing coach. But yeah, so have you guys heard of Sassbook.com? SASSbook.com. It's an AI website that creates stories based on whatever topic you want. And I was thinking, I don't have a lot of content to talk about today because this is kind of another filler episode until I get my guest on and then eventually the college tour, which I know those will get a lot more views. But I do want to show you guys what this thing is capable of. It's literally a website, sassbook.com, and this is not a promotion, that generates artificial intelligence stories or AI stories based on whatever you want. So here I have my prompt, okay? And I literally was sitting on the toilet and I did this as a test run. And I saw this on the Tiny Meat Gang podcast with Cody and Noel. And I was like, this is amazing. So I was dying on the toilet and I just had to show you guys this. And we're going to do a couple here live too. So my prompt was all of my friends have small penises and need help growing. And the fucking story that the generator wrote was, All of my friends have small penises and need help growing. I have a large one too. And the more I grow, the less I want. The watch was set. The jewelers were gone. Rolf and I were alone. Rolf was looking at me with a strange expression in his eyes. I have no clue where this is going. And then here's the second one. So they give you alternatives. All of my friends have small penises and need help growing. But he was a good man and would not let me have a word of it. What the fuck? Well, said he, after a pause, when the watches had been... Why is it going to watches? When the watches has been set with a smile, you'll have to wait to the wedding. That is... I don't fucking know what in the world... Okay, so you can pick like classic humor, sci-fi, and shit like that, like romance. I'm gonna go stick with humor, and I'm gonna say, let's see, Zoran's nose is too big to fit in a mask, but he doesn't want... I don't want to say the C word because I'm going to get fucking restricted. He doesn't want a virus. I'll just say that. Okay. Let's see what it comes up with. Zoran's nose is too big to fit in a mask, but he doesn't want a virus. He has the face of a bulldog. He has a face of a bulldog with the nose of an eagle, the mouth of 1 1/4, a mouth that can bite, an eye that cannot be seen, yet it is there, and he is the best dressed. What in the fuck? This is so random. Face of a bulldog with the nose of an eagle. Oh, guys, I've been rewatching Harry Potter for the Universal trip. And I'm pretty fucking stoked, by the way. But I didn't even like realize how great of a series that is. I completely forgot about Harry Potter because I watched, I think, like 1, 2, 3. I for sure watched as a kid. I'm not sure if I watched 4. I'm pretty sure I watched 4. I know I skipped 5 and 6, and then I watched 7 as when it came out in theaters just to know the ending. But I'm rewatching it now. I'm on 3, and dude, holy fuck, bro. First off, glow up for Harry and fucking, honestly, all of them, but mainly Hermione, bro. Hermione grew up to be a fucking baddie, bro. In fucking 7, bro, baddie. And then she ends up with, well, spoiler alert, ends up with Ron. But yeah, I forgot about the amazing wizarding world of Harry Potter. And I think about it sometimes, and I'm like, what house would I be in? But I believed I did a quiz, not a BuzzFeed one. I did one online, and it told me I was Hufflepuff, which I'm okay with, as long as I'm not Slytherin. But Slytherin are like powerful as fuck, so I'm like, I don't know. I wonder what house I actually would be in if I put on that little hat and shit, bruh. I also realized I forgot how dope an OG Hagrid was. Hagrid was that boy, bro. If I had to be a character, I'd be Hagrid, bro. Also Dumbledore. And it's unfortunate to hear that Fantastic Beasts, the prequel, isn't that good because J.K. Rowling is the one actually making it and writing it, and I heard it was trash. Speaking of trash, the worst fucking show of all time. Fucking Witcher, or of like the last few years. The Witcher Blood Origin. If you guys don't know what that is, that's a Netflix series where they invested money, but yet it doesn't seem like enough because it looks like garbage. To make a generic sci-fi show, and then just attach the name Witcher to it. It has nothing to do with Witcher. I literally watched 10 minutes and couldn't fucking do it. And I try to watch analysis of it on YouTube because that's what I do for shows that I'm not going to actually watch, kind of like the Lord of the Rings, whatever that fucking show was that came out. But god damn, are these shows so bad? It just feels like all these all these Hollywood company, like, well, technically Netflix isn't really Hollywood, but like all these big companies are paying money to these Hollywood execs just to make movie with great lore that or like that they just own property rights to. Like I hope they don't fucking ruin, like, so far Game of Thrones is the only one that's been like straight up, because fucking House of Dragon is also really good. But like if they fucking if they make some fucking Pokemon shit and ruin that shit, I'm mad as fuck. Some Naruto shit. Well, actually, they did fucking ruin Naruto. I heard Boruto is not that good. That's fucking annoying. Speaking of anime, I'm on Jujutsu Kaisen right now. That shit is gas. Also, another thing. So I've noticed, being in the dating field again, dating pool, that a lot of girls, granted, I understand why, that like me, like anime. I wonder why. Maybe it's my small eyes and their small eyes. But they like anime, and dude, a lot of girls, white girls and mixed girls that watch anime, just everyone other than Asia. Actually, no, false. A lot of girls. I'm just gonna say girls. Doesn't matter your fucking race. Like Hunter x Hunter, and I haven't seen that yet. So it must be fucking really good. I don't know. I'm such a Naruto stan. I don't know what can pass Naruto, but then again, I know it's completely nostalgia that puts me on that. Also, like when I watched Dragon Ball Z back, it is not as good as I remember it. Anyways, let's see what other I said steroids. LOL. Speaking of steroids. I'm gonna ask Griffin next week if he'd ever do any steroids. I don't think I would ever do anything like that. I would probably do TRT though when I get old enough. So here's something. I'm flying Spirit for the first time this coming weekend. Everyone, please pray for me. I've never flown Spirit before. I've heard many interesting stories. Their flight record, they've never had a plane crash, so I'm not worried about death. But I am worried about, the craziness that comes with people who fly budget flights. I have seen some interesting, honestly, Spirit is kind of like the Waffle House of the world, like of the flight game. Spirit is the Waffle House of the flight game. You have like American Airlines, which is like, I guess it's like your Outback Steakhouse. Like, oh, everybody's kind of been there. It's okay sometimes, you got the Bloomin' Onions and some of the other stuff. And then you got, Delta, also competitor of Outback. We might say it's a Texas Roadhouse or something like that. They got good steaks, but not every day you're going to go in a Texas Roadhouse and it's going to be amazing, Southwest. Don't even talk about Southwest. Actually, I was gonna say Southwest is premier, but they've been having the most problem lately. And then Spirit, you got the Waffle House. The Waffle House. They're always there for you. Can't guarantee that you're not gonna get in a fight. But it's cheap, and it's there. So yeah, I'm excited to go to Waffle House. I'm ready to see what it's got in store for me. I'll let you guys know the experience. Also, I am annoyed because they're one of the few airlines where you have to pay extra to bring a fucking carry-on, which is interesting. Originally, I wasn't going to bring a carry-on. I was going to pack everything. But now that I'm doing the podcast, I have to bring the podcast equipment and the mics. I probably won't bring anything too crazy, but I am going to bring mics. We're probably just going to do handheld. But yeah, I'm excited, dude. Filippo and I are going to talk mad shit about fucking U.S. soccer. Not just talk shit, but just in general. Like, I want to know. It's nice finally having someone to talk to with like him, Maxwell, and even Nate, that just knows a sport like soccer, because no one fucking watches soccer around me, bro. It's just me, or like U.S. soccer specifically. Because even my friends that do watch soccer, they only watch fucking European soccer, which I fucking get. I understand. But it's way better than American soccer. I don't even watch MLS. I was just talking about the U.S. team. Messi won the World Cup. I'm so happy for him, man. Don't mind. Oh, if you guys didn't know, there's a place in California. Shout out to Tom. He told me about this, and I kind of want to go just because I want to know how weird of an environment this is. Let me find out what's the name real quick. It is called. Hold up, it's gonna play on the Bluetooth here.
You can find its Vietnamese coffee shop where their servers are wearing nothing but bikinis and lingerie. Obviously.
Yeah, so there's a coffee shop. I don't know if you guys heard that. There's a coffee shop in LA. I think it's LA. I don't know. It's a Vietnamese coffee shop in California. And it's pretty much like girls that are in like, I guess like lingerie almost. Or I mean, it's not even swimsuit, but it's like lingerie, I guess. Kind of like bras and yeah. So and then they serve you coffee. What the fuck? And it's so funny to me that I mean, I'm glad that there's stuff like that still out, but as long as everything is practiced correctly and the girls are obviously there consensually and stuff like that. But it's funny to me because there's brands like Hooters, and I think Hooters is dying. And then there's also, dude, I recently found this out like maybe a year ago. There's a thing called Twin Peaks. Never even heard of Twin Peaks before. But apparently it's a Hooters competitor. And it's just girls dressed in like this like what are those, like the tying, the fucking crop top tie thing, whatever, fucking flannels and exposed a little bit, you know, and I guess guys just tip them well because they're hot or they're boobs, you know. Also, I think that if a guy prefer boobs over butt as an adult, I mean, boobs are nice. Boobs are great. Don't get me wrong. But if you prefer boobs to butts, I just don't think, one, you're either an incel, or two, so like you're an incel that never really had sex, or you're a child still. You have a child brain, which there's nothing wrong with that. You just have a lower IQ. Because, bro, boobs are great, but it's not functional. It's more just aesthetic. The butt is aesthetic and also functional. I think that's why girls like guys with big booties, so they can fuck them in the ass with a dildo. Just saying. I was recently on a dating app, I believe Tinder, and a girl asked me to be a third with her and her boyfriend. And she's like 18, which I don't know how she slipped because my requirement is 20. That's the thing that dating apps do too. I noticed that. Even if you set the little button that says strictly, sometimes they're just outliers that just fly. And then when you're swiping left and right, it'll just say your match. And the next thing you know, I'm like, ooh, 18. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about 18. 18 is just too young. Anything that says teen, I think is a little bit too young for me nowadays. Will I still hang out with a teen, like an 18, 19? I don't know. They would have to be really bad. But so this girl messages me and goes like, hey, would you be a third? And it was the first time I ever got asked that. And I'm thinking, now, I mean, I didn't even respond, but in my head, or I might have responded. I don't really remember. This was like a week or two ago. But in my head, I'm thinking at the time, I'm like, how would that work? So like your boyfriend is checking these guys that you're asking, or is he not? He's just like, doesn't give a fuck. He has no standards when it comes to guys. And then like, you're like, hey, you guys ready to do this? And then like your house or my house or whatever the fuck. And then if it's their place, I feel sketched out. I feel sketched out. This is my place. I don't even fucking know these people. What are they gonna fucking steal my shit? And then is it is it transactional? You just fucking do it, or like, do you go to dinner before with the guy too? Like, what is? And then does he like try to touch me, or is it just strictly on her? Like, I'm so baffled at the dynamic. Now, if it's a traditional threesome, like let's say you and a girl and another girl or another guy just spontaneously wanted to have a threesome, I feel like it's less weird, in my opinion, because in that stance, you just do whatever you're comfortable with. If you're bi, you touch. You're not. If one guy's straight, then you don't fucking touch. But it's just like boom, bam. But the fact that you have to think about it and like, it's like, well, I'm so baffled. Is there a process? How many people have you done this with? Like, I'm confused. Part of me is like, I want to do this for the story, but part of me is like, I might get killed, so I don't think so. But it's just crazy that there's so many like relationships like that you come across. Because I would talk to girls that have been in that, and that's so wild. or like a fully polyamory relationship or polygamy relationship. Mormons. Dude, last time we said something about Mormons on the podcast, I got like 3 people who DM'd me who were Mormons, and they gave me some information about Mormons, bro. But shout out to them for telling me everything about it, you know. I think it baffles me sometimes that my podcast or even my podcast clips really will reach anyone willing to DM me. I'm like, hell yeah, baby. I got some influence in my life. I can hear my cat. Dude, my cat's paw is coming down from the door right now. Should I let him in? I should let him in for the end of this, huh? Let's let him in. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. We're going to do a podcast together. So as you can see, he's got the headphone. The headphone, it doesn't fit. Why did I think it would fit? Let's see if he'll talk in the mic.
Like somebody. My name is Cloud. I like to fuck bitches and get the money.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you guys. They're Asian. Yeah, they're Asian cats. Oh, he's so cute. They're like 8 months now. That's crazy. Time's fast. Oh, 9 months almost. Like somebody. You gonna miss me when I go to Orlando, bro?
Fuck no, bitch.
What's up, motherfucker? Yo, he's spazzing. Why you spazzing, bro? Look at this. For all the people listening, my cat is so fucking cute. It's a gray, I guess it's called a Russian blue, but it's really gray, which is also like half dyslexic of them to call a gray cat Russian blue. Look how chill he is, dude. He's not even like spazzing. He's just like kind of like wandering. Also, they let me do belly rubs, which most cats don't let you do. Or actually, like I learned that if a cat... Did you guys see that? Dude, what the fuck? That was so cute. Grab the mic again. Oh, I need to get rid of his Halloween collar. You need to wear something fresher, bro. All right, bye. Bye-bye. What a cute cat. Yeah, it's crazy for me when I meet people and they find out I have a cat. They're like, wow, I'm surprised you don't eat them. I'm like, I actually do. I'm just waiting for him to grow bigger so I can get more meat out of him. Yeah, on that note, guys, thanks for listening to the podcast. I'm stoked, man. I'm going to be filming actual guests for once. No, I'm going to get the guest ones rolling back, and then we're going to get the tour going. There'll probably be one solo in between. And yeah, I know a few of you guys listen to these. I think there's like a collective of like maybe 30 people or 50 people that listen to this across all platforms, including YouTube. And if you do listen to these, man, I fucking love you guys because you guys are true fucking OGs for listening just to me. Griffin, you're an OG. I know you be listening to me. And anyone else. You guys are my bestest friends. And I will get them guesses rolling and we'll get some more like interesting content. I don't even like the world of personal chefs, like the one that I'm filming in Charlotte. That one's gonna be interesting because I've never actually sat down and had a full conversation about clients. Don't you fucking dare turn it off. Don't you fucking dare. All right, my cat's fucking with that shit. So I guess I gotta go now. All right, guys. Love you guys. Have a great week. I'll see you guys next week. And yeah, wish me luck in Orlando. See you guys. Peace.